Hey guys, welcome to Mrs. G's Sewing Space. I am going to do a quick vlog. I don't have a tutorial out, but I wanted to make sure that I got something out on YouTube for you guys. I am almost done with my costumes, and I am so glad I am nearing the end, finally. Hallelujah. So real quick, I'm going to show you what I've accomplished, how much I have to go, and yeah, that's it. It's all costumes. I haven't done anything else. I'm chomping at the bit to get into some resin. I'm chomping at the bit to get into some other sewing projects that I have and to actually make a new tutorial for the channel. Those sock monkeys, they're hanging around my head. But I want to show you guys these costumes as I'm working on them so that, you know, it gives me the desire to finish them up. And I'm pretty happy with how they turned out. So first things first, I'm going to show you the Master Sword. Let's see. Trying to get you guys. Woo! I'm out of focus. How'd that happen? There we go. Okay, so this is the Master Sword that I have created for my son. It's really long. It's longer than my arm, as you can see right here. This is made out of EVA foam, PVC pipe, and a wooden dowel, and a lot of acrylic paint. And I was going to go for more details, and a little like 3D details, but I'm running out of time, so I cut it short and just painted on details so that you guys could see the handle. And the picture that he gave me is a picture out of one of his Legends of Zelda books, and there was engraving on in the book, but I tried to do the engraving. It didn't turn out like I wanted it to, so I just plastered over it. It didn't quite plaster over. It gave a little definition right there. I'm okay with it. He doesn't particularly care. He just wants to go around bopping people on the head with it. But here is the handle. Like I said, all this is the flooring, the EVA foam that I picked up at Harbor Freight. And let's see, this is Harbor Freight, but this is the flooring from Home Depot because it was stiffer. And then right here you can see those are layers right there. And I took two, see, can you see that? I took 2 layers of the thin EVA foam that you would find at the craft stores, just those small squares. I ended up getting the rolls. You can get like a 2 foot by 2 yard roll. I think it was bigger than that. Anyways, I glued them together and laid it on top, because in here, in the middle, I used my Dremel and I cut out like a ditch. I'm going to call it a ditch because I don't know what else to call it. A ditch in the middle of the foam, because it's 2 pieces right here. They're glued together. But I put a wooden dowel in between them, and so that it would still lay flat, I did a ditch on the inside of these, so the dowel would lay flat and it wouldn't be too lumpy. So I did that, covered it with the thinner EVA foam, or the craft foam. Did the same thing for here. These are squares of the thick EVA foam that I got at Harbor Freight, and this was just one long strip of regular craft foam, and this was also just one of the squares from the Harbor Freight foams, and then I glued it all together and painted it all. So that is the Master Sword for Legends of Zelda Link. And then here's the shield. If you guys have followed my Instagram account, you've probably seen it pretty often. I did the same thing. You can see the side. I was hoping to trim down the side with my Dremel, but like I said, running out of time, I'm just cutting, you know, we're cutting it close as it is. Maybe next time, if I had started in September, like I had thought I was going to, I had wanted to, maybe I could have leveled it out so it was even on both sides, but that's okay. So the strips are these, what is it, like the belt material? I can't remember what it's called right now. It's like the belting stuff. It's the woven cotton belting stuff. And I glued it on with the contact glue. But because this is kind of smooth, I sanded it. I sanded the areas right there first, sanded it down, and then did the contact glue. I want to say it's I don't know, is it called something else? I can't remember. The contact glue, and there you go. It'll still pull off, which is why I'm holding off giving it to my kids until the actual trunk or treat and Halloween because I know my son's already ripped the strips off once and I had to go glue them back on. Okay, so that's that. And then my daughter's... So this is my daughter's shield. So it's the same thing. It's just one... Hers is just one layer. This was actually my first shield that I was going to make for Link, and then I realized I cut it wrong, but she wanted to use it anyway, so I'm like, I'm not going to go back and reshape the shield, but you can use it as it is. So she free-handed on a piece of paper the lion. So I cut it out and I used it as a pattern, and I traced it on, painted the kind of wood texture on it. I mean, it's not as good as it could be, but I was just slapping paint on. And then by using craft foam, I cut the lion out and then glued it on. And then also glued the straps on as well the same way. So those are my shields. Right now I have, for my dragon, which is my youngest daughter, she's going to be a dragon. So I have a dragon tail for her. So this is the scale print that I had purchased at Joann's. Can't remember how much it was, but I only purchased a yard. So out of a yard of fabric, I managed to get a dragon tail, which is over a yard long. So it's over 36 inches. Oh, there, I've gone fuzzy again. So it's over 36 inches long. And so what I did is, it's one piece. I cut out a large triangle. I sewed up the side seam right here, and then I stuffed it. I did a light stuffing. I didn't want to stretch it out too much. So I stuffed it from the bottom all the way to the top, and then I took some needle and thread and I cinched the edges closed, and then I cut out a circle, and then I folded the edges of the circle in, and then I ended up sewing the edges down right here. You see the edges along with the elastic in between, so that, because this is going to go around her waist, so it sits right above her booty. So right there like that, it just goes around her waist and it sits right above her butt, and she can flop it around. And it's kind of funny, it ended up working really well because when she puts it on, it stands out like this, and then it wiggles when she moves. So her tail swishes back and forth. So let's see, I have some other stuff here. Let's see. So right here are the leggings. I finished the leggings, and I just have a black long sleeve shirt for her. It's actually supposed to be kind of cool, possibly this Halloween. So I'm trying to keep it light but warm, just in case, you know. So that's my dragon. I'm still working on her wings. So here are the wings. Let me move. So I ended up, oh, there you go. I ended up having a problem with the wings just because they're so big. And when I put them together, they were so big. And I made the harness and I put it on her back, and then they would just flop over. They're so big. They would just go, they would just flop over like this. They would flop over, and so now I have to figure out a way to stabilize them so that they'll stay up on her back when she puts them on and not be too heavy. So when I get that figured out, I'll be working on that this week. So let's see, that's her dragon costume. She also gets a headband for horns, and here are her horns. So this is one horn, and all it is a strip of that craft foam, which I twirled together. I glued it all down with hot glue. Then I went in, and you see the slick strip of the red paint. That's the red slick tulip paint. I covered the hot glue with the red paint, and then I went back and used Mod Podge, painted the glue on, and then covered it in glitter. And then this is going to go on top of a headband that that she'll wear, and it'll be covered up by her hair at the bottom so that she will look like she has horns. My daughter, the squire, she is going to wear a white long sleeve shirt. She has a tunic, which I'm working on right here. So she wanted to make her own tunic, so she made her tunic. It's not as good as I would have wanted it to be. She didn't want a hem or hem her arms where it goes. I'm like, well, I'm not going to worry about it. She likes it the way it is, but I am having to paint on the same lion on the front of her tunic. And I used a yellow fabric paint, but as you can see, doesn't cover as well. So I'm going back to cover the base again with white gesso, And then I'll go back and do another layer of yellow paint on top of that so that she can have... Alright! Well, that was my daughter yelling at me if you heard that. And then do another layer of yellow paint. And then her tunic will be done. And that'll take care of all her stuff. So my dragon's almost done. I got the headbands and the dragon wings. The squire's almost done. I got the tunic. As soon as I get that lion painted on, the tunic's all done. So the last thing I have to do is Link's costume. I need to make his tunic and his hat. I gave up on the elf ears. I gave up on the boots. I don't think I'm going to get it all done by the time Halloween rolls around. And that's it. So I am nearing the end of Halloween. I really enjoy the process. It allows me to stretch my creativity. I really should have started in September. That's the only downside of this. Because I am chomping at the bit. I've got stuff with resins to do. I mean, look. While I'm waiting for Halloween to roll around and to finish my costumes, I got my new Sophie and Toffee Elves box, which I want to put together and play with. And I want to do the sock monkeys, and I want to get, I want to sew some new clothes. I have some t-shirts that I wanted to, so I have this idea to take t-shirts and then put a Henley, oh my word, I cannot remember anything for the moment. What is it, the separation right there, where, a placket. That's what I'm going for, a placket. Yeah, I can't believe it. I'm not that old, but already I'm losing my memory. I can't remember what's what anymore. See, costumes do that to you. It's so much fun, and it just saps your brain at the same time. Anyways, so that's it. So I've got things on the burners, multiple burners all over the place, and I'm hoping to get it all done by the time the 27th rolls around. I should be done, and then I'll start working on the sock monkeys and following projects after that. Oh, and Christmas, and all the Christmas stuff that I wanted to do, which I'm hoping I'll accomplish as well. So anyways, this is just an update of what's going on. My costumes are almost done. I'm so excited. I'll be so glad when they're done, and I'll post pictures of all the kids when they are fully transformed into their personas. So anyways, I appreciate you guys watching, and I appreciate those who have joined us for the first time. I'm glad that you're watching the videos, and always leave feedback. Let me know what you think of my videos, and if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, anything like that, any ideas, anything that you want to see, a technique, an idea, just let me know. Leave it all down in the comments below, and I'll respond to you as soon as I can. I have been slacking off on reading comments and responding to comments just because I have been busting my butt to get the costumes done. So anyways, hopefully this will be all over soon, and we'll get back to regularly scheduled videos maybe next week, week after, 2 weeks. I still need time to make them. So soon. We'll get back there soon. Anyways, I appreciate you guys being here with me. Thanks, and I hope you guys have a good week. Bye.